welcome to the Ice Forum in Champlin for CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. As the Bluebirds from Champlin Park, Coon Rapids welcome the Wings from Armstrong Cooper. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action. And Howie, this is a Champlin Park Coon Rapids team that is more battle tested than just about any team under the sun.
Yeah, they've played really well. They're 9-5-2 record. You know, they could be a little better than that at this point in the season, but Coach Gutty's happy with that at this point, and so this is playing a Wings team that is 5-11, but they're maybe not as bad as that 5-11 record would indicate.
16 games on the season for Champlin Park Coon Rapids. 8 have gone to overtime. They are 3-3-2 in the extra session, so you see how quickly that could be 11-2-2, or even better. This could be a 14-2 team at this point in the season if they get 1 or 2 bounces here or there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think what the Bluebirds want to do, Joe, is they want to try and take it to them early and put a lot of pressure on the Wings. We watched that JV game, and the Bluebirds won 4-0 in that contest, but it's something that I think they're looking to see what they can do and get to the early lead and then continue to apply pressure.
The Wings have a couple of players at the top of their leaderboard, just almost identical stats. Reistenberg and Cook both with 22 points this season. Cardinals leader is Lily McKenzie with 23 points on the year. But look at where Sydney Bernovic has found herself. The freshman second on the team in scoring. She's riding a 9-game point streak, 5 goals in each of the last 1 goal in each of the last 5 games. And when you look at those games, that includes 2 1-1 games that went through shootout, a couple of 3-2 wins over Elk River Zimmerman. So there weren't a ton of goals to go around, but she has found the back of the net. 5 straight contests.
Yeah, she's been playing really well.
Bluebirds were a little boxed in their own end, able to get it back out to center. Wings with a quick regroup, broken up by Lily McKenzie. Back to the zone where Hansen plays it across. They'll break up the far side wing. And into the Coon Rapids zone. Forced offside. Good pressure on the back check from Sydney Bernovic.
There's head
9
coach
goals,
Todd Gutterman.
7 assists for Sydney Bernovic.
Yeah, she's sizzling Sydney Bernovic.
13 of her 16 points have come over that 9-game point streak.
You know, when talking to head coach Matt Cook of the Wings, said, you know, we have to play well defensively. So we know that they have a pretty good offense. So we just have to make sure we stay with our opportunities and really limit their production.
Del Castillo able to gain possession, trying to sweep it up the board. Runs into a stop from Abby Hansen. Del Castillo will flip it on the backhand behind for Eswegan. Eswegan, another one, just a freshman. She's 4th on the team in scoring. And doing it from a blue line position. Shot didn't make it through traffic. Eswegan able to deflect it wide. And they will bring it up the near side. Kyla Ketting through center with speed down the right wing. Looking for a pass out front. The shot stopped. Rebound was in the feet, still loose, and now kicked wide. But Bowden was right on the doorstep. The rebound ended up right underneath her feet, and she could not get a stick onto it.
Really good opportunity for the Bluebirds there. Just couldn't poke it home.
Kylie Scott plays it back in. As the Bluebirds look to roll the line change out while maintaining the offensive zone possession at the blue line, held by Kylie Scott. Snaps his shot. Save made into the corner. But the Wings able to get it out to center. Singh drops it off. Brooklyn Johnson snaps a shot, deflected out front as McKenzie was battling for it. But the keeper able to get it covered up.
Emma Call in goal tonight for the Wings. And again, the Bluebirds continuing to try and apply pressure down in that Wings end.
Face-off win by Singh. Johnson plays it down deep. McKenzie centers. Came out to Oswego, backhands it along the boards. Brooklyn Johnson trying to spin away from some pressure. Lost the handle at the top of the circle. It's collected and skated to center by Ava Mack. Johnson able to break it back up. Got it to Oswego. She's pressured, turns it over in the slot. That shot didn't make it through to Wastrel. Out of the reach of Mack behind the net. Johnson bumped to the boards, not able to get the clear. Oswego let it get away from her. On the near boards, Reistenberg trying to get it in deep. Bluebirds able to get it back out to center. Sondrel plays it back out to center for Kara Cook. She backhands it into the zone. Shelby Julian will sweep it behind. Oswego moves it along for Johnson. One touch. McKenzie couldn't quite handle the pass. The Wings able to hold the zone. Here comes Brooklyn Johnson with speed through center. Moving to her forehand side, trying to get around. Does, tried to score short side, but gloved by Call. Del Castillo able to hold on the boards on the far side. Wings will play it near side. Kylie Scott jumps on the loose puck, trying to walk out front. And it was tipped away with a poke check by Brielle Anderson. Ketting battling for it. Bowden had a piece of it. Scott able to hold it. She's bumped to the boards, but Ketting comes loose to the top of the slot. Lost the handle a bit. Near the blue line, able to keep it in. Del Castillo there to assist. Bowden now trying to stay away from Anderson. Dumps it in deep. Kylie Scott pressuring up the boards. Deep pinch down close to the hash marks. Puck came back out to her and it hopped over her stick out to neutral. Del Castillo hands it off to Bowden. Ketting will deflect it in and give chase. Pressuring in the corner against Sondrel. Sondrel comes away with it, plays it around to the far side. Held there by Nola Milton. Milton battling behind the net. Reversed by the Wings. Centering pass taken away by Milton. She'll play it back into the corner. Johnson races there. She pressures, ties up with Rehberg along the end board. Johnson can't dig it free. Rehberg swings it around the near side for Armstrong Cooper, recovered by Oswego, and then she lost the handle and it came out to center. Gets it to Brooklyn Johnson. Johnson looking for a lane. She'll move it to Lily McKenzie on the near side. McKenzie backhands it toward the slot. A lot of traffic there. It's taken away by Lavore. Lavore can't get it up the boards. Forced past Johnson and out to center by Sondrel, but a quick turnaround by the Bluebirds. They've got numbers out front. McKenzie is shot point blank, and the save by Call. And the Wings just trying desperately to get some fresh legs on the ice, able to play at 200 feet and get that whistle with 10:35 to go in the first period.
Call did a really nice job of just staying with the puck there. Great opportunity for the Bluebirds here, but Call came out and made the save. Really, the Bluebirds have been dominating so far in this first period. The puck has been in the Wings end the majority here with 10:35 remaining in this opening period.
Off the draw, Julian plays it back to the corner. Ketting can't out-battle the two Wings who were there. It's played ahead and out through center for Ava Mack. She plays it in on Wastrel. She'll cover it up and get a face-off in her own zone.
An opportunity for the Wings to see if they can kind of get some sort of action here down in the Bluebirds' end. Just two shots on goal for CPCR, just one for the Wings so far here in this first period. But the Bluebirds have been dominating.
Shot by Reistenberg, turned away by Wastrel. Bluebirds able to work it out to center. Zahalka taking into the boards on the far side. Wings regrouping in their own zone, broken up by Ketting. Inner skates still loose. Julian sweeps it to the boards, comes back out to neutral ice. Julian at her own blue line. Ahead to Zahalka. Zahalka enters on the right wing. Drops it off for Ketting. Ketting is shot. Looking to that back post where Sidney Bernovic was positioned looking for the deflection, but the pass just didn't quite click. Bluebirds defenders being very aggressive, pinching down to the hash marks on both sides. Here comes Kylie Scott through the neutral zone. Centers, and it's tipped away just before McKenzie could get to it. Back the other way comes Lydia College. She's pressured by Bernovic. Good back check. She turned it around. Here's Cam Singh. Singh trying to work around the defender. It almost worked out to get around Anderson, but not able to get the puck back. McKenzie holds it at the blue line. Bernovic tripped up along the boards. No call. Loose puck comes free where Oswego can get it. Play it in deep. McKenzie trying to center. Had to take it away. Again, a hold by Oswego. Cam Singh jumps on the loose puck, plays it out to the point. Milton trying to settle, will play it back into the corner. McKenzie, first one there, fanned on the backhand pass, a turnover, and Sandro plays it around, but first one there, wearing a white jersey once more, as Oswego puts it behind the net. Steal by McKenzie out front. Bernovic is shot, and Call answers the call to make the save.
She didn't have a lot on that shot, but a great opportunity.
Wings able to poke it out to center. Bernovic takes a look, spins back to the boards. Ahead for Singh. Singh fanned on it, trying to dump it in. Instead, we'll try and race back to that loose puck. Turned over, and it's Freidel coming back the other way. The pass out front broken up. Oswego had it momentarily. A shot from a ways out. Not a whole lot on it. Pretty easy save for Wastrel. She'll cover. And another face-off in the Champlin Park Coon Rapids end.
You know, it's interesting, Joe, for the amount of time that the Bluebirds have dominated down in that end. Only 3 shots on goal, according to our official scorekeeper.
Well, that definitely their best scoring
Yes.
opportunity. Bernovic coming right down the slot. Okay, I was going to say that was definitely played with a high stick. So we're going all the way back to the Armstrong Cooper end.
Head coach Matt Cook getting a little explanation from the official. Quick one.
Tie up off the draw. Puck still loose. Bowden battling for it to the near boards. Chops it down low. Ketting can't get away from Hansen down low. This one played toward the net but stopped up. Cook gets it ahead. It's off the stick of Reistenberg all the way down, and that'll be icing. And that's the two players. When you do give up a loose puck, you got to try and keep it away from numbers 9 and 32.
Yes, you do. 2 leading scorers. Offensively, what the Bluebirds want to do is just kind of spread their D zone out, and look for those openings. Get the puck in front of the net, but they have to capitalize.
Kind of an interesting leaderboard for the Wings. Their top 2 scorers with 22 points each. Reistenberg with 12 and 10, 11 and 11. Shot from the point, made it through. Call makes the save. But their next 2 scorers are tied with 11 points.
Call was fortunate that there wasn't a Bluebird on that far side, because she gave up that rebound.
Yeah, but they swept at the tip attempt.
Yep.
Instead, it came through and Del Castillo got aggressive trying to cut that pass off and didn't, but able to get back in front and take it away from Abby Hansen. Now played off the end boards around. Brooklyn Johnson staying away from Lydia College, gets it to Del Castillo. Pass kind of handcuffed McKenzie, but she's able to get a hold of it, flips it in on a backhand down on Call, and she'll cover up with Brnovik in the vicinity to force the face-off in the offensive zone.
Now both teams able to get some fresh legs on the ice for that face-off to the left of Call.
Reistenberg jumps on it off the draw, taken away though by Bowden. Played it out front, looking for a redirect from Zahalka in the slot. She's tied up in the corner, comes free. Del Castillo's pass deflected and did not make it through to the net. Del Castillo pokes it back into the corner again. Swung around by Steli Lemieux. Reistenberg able to chip it out to center. Race to the other end, icing waved off. Del Castillo gets there in front of Cook. Didn't get a lot on it, playing it around the boards, and now a pass out of the reach of Lemieux will go all the way to the other end. Tessa Bowden going to win the race and try and just take it right to the net, but couldn't control the puck. Good heads-up play by another young player for the Cardinals.
Like the thought.
This one played into the midsection of Wastrel, and we'll have a face-off.
5:18 remaining in the scoreless first period. Opportunities have been few and far between for the Wings. They haven't been down in the Bluebird end very much here tonight so far.
No, they have not, but at the same time, it's a bounce away from their taking a lead, because they have not given up the goal, obviously.
Correct.
And we talked to Coach Gunnerman about that. He said, you know, this team's probably better than their 5-11 record. They played a lot of tough teams right to the wire. So a lot of respect from the home team for their visitors. Kylie Scott able to work her way through some traffic. Gets a chance in close, but can't get it home. Disrupted at the last moment by Claire Sandro. Wings able to get it back out to center. Brooklyn Johnson will find a little bit of room. Come in 4-on-2 with the Wings getting a line change. Johnson out to the point. Oswego across, just out of the reach of Julian. She'll play it off the sideboard right through the top of the crease. Johnson back out to Oswego, back down to Johnson, tipped away from her and right to Abby Hansen. Hansen goes cross ice, disrupted by Julian, but we're right to Lydia College. College will track it down in the corner. Julian, another good poke check. Brnovik moves it ahead. Cam Singh lost the handle, recovered there at the line by Montague. Taken away now by Brooklyn Johnson. Johnson cutting across the top of the circle, shot up over the cage. Swept behind by Claire Hansen. Again, Del Castillo came way down on a pinch, came up empty, but feeling the pressure, the Wings send it the length for another icing and another faceoff in their end.
You know, Coach Cook has told me that they've been playing really well defensively, despite the fact that they're 5-11, but they felt that their defense really has been the strength of this Wing squad.
Off the draw, Bowden circles towards the boards. Finds her way loose, gets it out to Kylie Scott, looking for a deflection out front. Ketting did get a piece of it, but sent it just wide. This one flipped high and out of the zone. Scott at her own blue line. Off the near boards, Ketting can't quite reach. Wings turn it around. Cook gets it across for Reistenberg. She stopped up, poked away by Del Castillo. Cook able to play it in deep. Kylie Scott behind her own net. Reistenberg able to pick her pocket. Sets up shop in the corner. Out to the point. Shot from Hansen, sticked away by Wastrel. Poked free by Emma Olsen. She gets to the red line, plays it in deep. Off the carom, it's covered up by Call. Face off in the Wings end. 2:34 to go in the first period. And this period moving by very quickly.
Very, very quickly.
A lot of offensive zone time for the home team, but nothing to show for it. The slimmest of leads, even in the shot column, Out shooting the Wings 5-4. Fanning on it was Nola Milton. She has to regroup at center ice. Able to spin a couple of times. Now get it to Oswego. Brooklyn Johnson. That pass was looking for Bernovic, and it clipped the skates of Lily McKenzie. Battle along the end board now. And the Wings able to come away with it. McKenzie tripped up as Anderson skates it to center. She's slowed by Milton. Coughs up the puck, recovered by Lily McKenzie. McKenzie into the zone, tried to toe drag. Instead, it's stripped right away. Good poke check from Sondral. High slot shot from Milton right into the chest of Call. Another face-off, 1:45 on the clock.
Again, the shots by the Bluebirds have been pretty much right into the midsection of Call here so far this evening. Coach Gutty said, we're looking for that perfect game. They haven't played one yet this season, but they're looking for that perfect 3 periods of hockey.
Good battle along the boards by Ava Mack to get it out to center. Pass across was taken away by Kylie Scott. Scott not able to get it out. Reistenberg battling with Ketting along the boards. Cook there to support for the Wings. Loose puck. Ketting sweeps it back to Zahalka. Across for Bowden. Bowden into the zone. And that tried to come through the defender. Lost the handle right in on Call and just swept into the corner. Zahalka's pass bounces away from Oswego. Played behind. Ketting. Pinned to the boards there by Lemieux. Played up the boards. Oswego to Julian. That shot through traffic and saved. Rebound and a goal! I'm not sure if it was Tessa Bowden or Kyla Ketting who got the last touch. It looks like Bowden is leading the line, so she'll get the goal in the final minute of the first to put the Bluebirds on the board first.
Well, persistence pays off for the Bluebirds as they've been putting the pressure down in the Wings' end, and there you're going to see that just a little bit of redirect gets away from Call. Oh, hits the
off
post.
The post.
Yeah.
And Bowden at the back door, able to poke it home.
It's her 3rd goal of the season. Well, as hard as the Bluebirds have worked in this first period, they were paid off as a penalty is going to be called on the
delayed
Wings.
penalty.
Yeah.
This one played across, and there's the whistle going to be right there. With 21 seconds left, the Bluebirds will go to the power play.
There's head coach Matt Cook.
Gabby Reedhead called for a check.
Who I called Mark when I first met him. He goes, "It's Matt." I go, "Did I call you Mark?" Mark Cook, the girls basketball coach at Maple Grove.
Oh, yeah. So just not able to get good possession off the draw. Finally cleared just before the buzzer, but a late goal from Tessa Bowden will send the Bluebirds to the locker room up by 1. We'll take a break, be back with more from the Forum. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, keep up with local news, sports, and events. And the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Howie, do you know why fish are so bad at volleyball? Because they're afraid of the net.
Why me?
Why couldn't the volleyball player cross the road? There were too many bumps. Why was Cinderella kicked off the team? Because she ran away from the ball.
I hate you.
Back at the Forum. After 17 minutes, Champlain Park Coon Rapids able to get a late tally and get themselves into the locker room with a lead, but they really set the pace and dictated the tempo from the very start. A lot of zone time, not a lot of grade A chances there. You saw Tessa Bowden early on that back door with it, that rebound locked in her feet. And they clearly are trying to get deflections into the net. Good chance out front for Lily McKenzie. And then McKenzie with a great setup to Bernovic on the doorstep. Wasn't able to get much on that shot. Kylie Scott getting in deep, but not able to get the shot she wanted due to the defense. And then in the final minute, Call not able to pounce on the puck, and Tessa Bowden able to poke it into the back of the net.
Well, and the persistence,
under a minute remaining.
Yeah, the persistence paid off for the Bluebirds because, you talked about not a lot of quality chances in that first period, but a lot of zone possession for the Bluebirds, and they were able to be rewarded right at the end of that first period.
We will take another break and be back with second period action after this. You're watching CTN's live coverage of girls high school hockey. Back at the Forum, just about ready to get the second period underway. Tessa Bowden, a late goal in the first, has the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Fighting Bluebirds in front 1-0.
Yeah, they're going to try and look to build off on that lead in this second period. They clearly, even though it's just a one-goal lead, they clearly outplayed the Wings in period number one.
And they will have a minute 39 on their first power play of the night on this fresh ice to start.
A great opportunity here for the Bluebirds, see if they can get a goal here on the power play.
Face-off won by Lily McKenzie. She had to lose her stick and her glove to do it, but she was able to kick it back to her teammate. Has to go get a stick from the bench as Scott circles the offensive zone, drops it off here for Sydney Bernovic. Bernovic finds his shooting lane, puts it in, and Call covers it up.
That Call had a little bit of trouble with it at first and had to drop down to make sure she did cover it up.
Lily McKenzie had to go all the way to the other end of the ice to retrieve her stick. Johnson kicks the puck free off the face-off, but Reistenberg able to get there and send it all the way down for the Wings. Garrett Cook bringing the pressure, nearly at the takeaway. Bernovic trying to get it back. Reistenberg in there as well. These are the two leading scorers for the Wings. Cook flips it around behind on the backhand. Reistenberg recovers, looking to center. That's deflected away by Scott. Out to center. And Chloe Shepard shepherds it right back in. Lily McKenzie Drops it off for Brnovic. Long pass for Scott. Into the zone. Stopping up at the hash marks. Johnson from the top. Scores! Top shelf through a screen. Call never saw it. From the top of the circles. Wrist shot snap to the top corner for Brooklyn Johnson.
Yeah.
A power play goal and a 2-0 lead.
Pretty goal by Brooklyn Johnson. As you mentioned, no way for Call to see where that puck was, and she made him pay. That's Brooklyn's 7th goal on the season. Go along with 8 assists. And as we talked about at the top of the period, if they can capitalize on the power play, put a little more pressure on the wings, they'll be sitting in a good spot, and they certainly did that.
Right back on the attack. Oswego tried to tuck it in on a backhand. Played in deep by Lydia College. The wings trying to get in on the forecheck. Brnovic had the secondary assist on that goal, so her point streak now 10 straight. Out to the line, Scott shoots it high and wide. Julian forces it in behind, got away from Ketting. Along the end wall, Ketting bumped to the ice by Montague. Tie up in the far corner, Zahalka hacking away at it. Coming free is Sondral. Sondral will skate to center. Plays it in on goal. Wastrel sticks it into the near corner. Played up the boards, but not out by Julian. Scott can't get past Cook out front. Sondral's shot right into the chest of Maddie Wastrel. She'll cover for a faceoff.
Not much on that shot. Maddie able to easily cover that one.
Off the faceoff, chopped out to center. Brooklyn Johnson bringing the pressure with her speed. Right in the hip pocket of Claire Hansen, takes her to the board, stays with it, kicks it free to McKenzie. Lily McKenzie pressured by Cook, gets it out to the line for Scott. Scott, shot hit traffic, picked up by Kara Cook. She'll skate to center for Armstrong Cooper. Backhander knocked down by Scott. She plays it around behind. Lemieux jams in from the point to keep it deep. But the Bluebirds able to get it right back out. Brooklyn Johnson trying to play it across. That was sticked away by Claire Hansen. Hansen able to sweep it out to center. McKenzie will get it right back from Del Castillo. Poked free by Cook, but right to Kylie Scott. She gets to the blue line, sends it just wide. She'll get a line change. Singh can't catch up with the rebound on the boards. It travels all the way back to the Coon Rapids end. Set behind by Oswego. Oswego with it now. Turns away from the pressure. Wanted to go cross ice, but the lane just never opened. Lily McKenzie trying to play it through the skates of Sondral. Lost her stick again, able to recover it quickly this time. Milton able to poke that puck free, but right to Gabby Reedhead. Reedhead. Shot deflected just wide. Milton fanned on the attempt up the boards. Played back in deep. Round behind, Lavore trying to get it out to the point. Broken up by Brooklyn Johnson. Loose puck, bounces around. Recovered by Sondral. Sondral. Shot right out, and Wastrel will hold for another faceoff.
The Wings trying to put a little pressure now on the Bluebirds. They'd certainly like to see if they can get on the scoreboard here to cut the lead in half. But obviously plenty of time left in this contest, but the way that the Bluebirds for the most part have been dominating, they're looking to see if they can find some sort of...
Reistenberg right off the draw, poked it through and had a chance, but sent it up over the net. Sorry, that was Ruby Montague. It was a very nice play. Montague knocks it away from Bowden, but Bowden able to get it into the zone. Wings play it around to the far side. College tied up along the boards. 4-player scrum. Scott creeping down from the blue line as well, poking it free, coming away with it. Her shot knocked down by Montague. Montague can't control, sent in deep by Shelby Julian. Reversed by the Wings. Flipped up and out by College. Montague will wind and fire. Blocker save by Wastrel. Centering attempt taken away and sent out to center by Evelyn Semling. That pass deflected through center but recovered by Mack. Not a lot on that shot. Easy stick save for Wastrel. Del Castillo got it to Bernovic, knocked away from her and played in and around behind. Brooklyn Johnson will send it back down low. Scott trying to weave her way out, able to force it out to center. Lemieux turning with it in front of her own blue line. Tried to slip it ahead out of the reach of Reistenberg. Scott from behind her own net trying to get it to McKenzie on the boards. This one played out to the point. That shot didn't make it through. McKenzie recovers the loose puck. Plays it out to center. Brooklyn Johnson behind the defense in on a breakaway. And that is going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
Are they going to give her a penalty shot?
We'll see what the officials decide. But yeah, she
Does
had
not
to
look like they are going to call it a penalty shot, but the hooking call will put the Bluebirds back on the power play. Great stretch pass from McKenzie.
Say that. Just beautiful.
And perfectly received by Brooklyn Johnson. And then, yeah, that's all you can do if you're Claire Hansen.
Yeah.
Get a stick in there, try and disrupt.
You have to. Can't let her go in there and score. You'll take your chances on the penalty kill.
McKenzie regathers. Her shot deflected up over the cage. Bernovic comes off the boards, top of the zone. Shot deflected in on goal. A save by Wall. She was moving to her left and caught it with the right pad. Scott across the top of the circles. And that one flipped over her stick as she tried to attack short side. Scott had it tipped away by Reistenberg, and she will clear it the length of the ice.
Nice play by Reistenberg just to get it out of your end and trying to alleviate some of that pressure.
Bernovic turns away from Mack, takes it behind. Lily McKenzie will skate through center, trying to stay away from Freudel. Gets it into the middle. Julian plays it to the far boards. Johnson toward the net, sticked away by Call. Oswegan trying to center. It was in the skates of Brooklyn Johnson. Recovered by Ketting off the board. She centers and nobody can get a stick on it. Bernovic. Again, top of the zone. Moves it over for Ketting. Back up top for Bernovic. Near side, Shelby Julian. That shot was into the skates of Sandrahl, and she's able to clear. Julian behind her own net, stops up, still pressured by Frutal. And now the pressure from Montague, slowing Cam Singh down to the final 5 seconds of this power play. A couple of good chances. Oswegan flipping it toward the front as the gate swings open and Hansen rejoins the fray. A good kill for the Wings. Scott's wrist shot into the traffic, hit someone out front, comes back out to center. Ketting trying to settle a bouncing biscuit. That's 6 players, and it was caught. And so Champlain Park Coon Rapids is going right back on the power play.
Well, they'll certainly take that, and that's just a miscue that can happen for the Wings where you have 6 players on the ice. just got a update from Stephanie Tarr for the boys basketball team. They are trailing, with 9:24, they're trailing 53-40 to the Blaine Bengals tonight. Coach Cook not happy with that sequence there.
Wings were able to kill off that last penalty, but a couple of good chances for the power play. Off the draw, though, Reistenberg jumps on the loose puck, skates to the other end, attacks the forward she knows is back at the point for the power play. Johnson. Short angle shot, swallowed up by Call as Wiegand spun and dumped by Lemieux on the doorstep.
Bluebirds looking to add to their 2-0 lead here on the power play. Wings desperately trying to kill this one off.
Scott sidesteps pressure, shot through traffic, Call makes the save. Sent back in deep, the Wings able to get to it first, cleared off the glass and all the way down by Claire Hansen. Scott sets up behind her own net, hands it off to Lily McKenzie with speed. Gets through the first wave, 3-on-2 at the blue line. McKenzie goes to her backhand, tries to center, that's deflected. Johnson is shot, the save, rebound, and Bernovic was stopped as well.
Again, Call with a big save there. She's able to control that puck. She'll take that face off. So you can see just a lot of bodies in front of the net. Call able to make sure she grabbed that puck and brought it in for the face off.
Loose puck probably sliding behind the net, but Call jumps on top of it. Julian out at the point. Hands it off to Briley Del Castillo. That pass just got away from Bowden in a good spot on that back post. Julian to Cam Singh on the near boards. Into Bowden, her shot stop. Rebound chance stopped as well. Still loose. Swept on the backhand by Ketting, but doesn't get through. Now recovered off the boards by Montague. She gets to the red line and tried to dump it in. Julian able to stop it up. Pass bounces away from Cam Singh. 15 seconds left on the advantage. Good stick right there by Brielle Anderson. And then Anderson takes Bowden into the corner. Ketting able to stop it up behind. She's squeezed to the boards by Sandro. The penalty is over. Back to full strength. Skips away from Del Castillo. Centering. Bowden couldn't get a stick on it. Flipping it, trying to get Cook behind the defense, but sniffed out by Cam Singh and Shelby Julian, who closed down that passing lane. Singh can't control through neutral. Lemieux backhands it back out to center. Reistenberg got it through Del Castillo, but recovered by Eswigan, or Nola Milton rather. Bluebirds play it in deep. Give chase, getting a partial line change as well. This one played out to center. Kylie Scott turns it around. Olsen backhands it in for the Bluebirds. Zahalka, first one there. Able to play it out to the point. Milton will send it right back in deep. Behind the net is Semling. Semling back behind for Olsen. Olsen out to the point for Nola Milton. Across for Scott. Kylie Scott, her shot deflected, goes off the end board. This one cleared and goes all the way down, and that will become icing with 4:36 left in the second period.
Well, again, the Bluebirds continue to dominate possession down in the Wings' end. They've been doing that here through the first two periods. have a couple of goals, one on a power play.
Good anticipation by Oswego, able to pick off the pass, continues to pressure behind. Pass from Johnson goes right through the slot out to the point. McKenzie will play it in deep. McKenzie centering, shot from the point, a goal for Shelby Julian.
Yeah.
Again, high blocker up over the small goaltender for the Wings.
And again, you continue to apply pressure, and good things are going to happen. Shelby Julian made it count as she's able to put the puck in the back of the net for her second goal of the season. Makes it 3-0 in favor of the Bluebirds. Yeah, just
and that comes from good possession,
yes.
zone possession for the Cardinals, continuing to cycle well, try and move it through the slot. It was kind of a blind pass from Lily McKenzie, but it was right where it needed to be, and Julian put it top shelf. Oswego plays it in behind. Bowden off the boards, out to Del Castillo, through traffic at the back door. A great chance for Kyla Ketting. Had the wide open net and just could not sweep the rolling puck home.
Yeah, she just could not get the puck on her stick, but what another great opportunity for the Bluebirds, as that puck came right off the rebound, right to her.
But the first one just didn't, it went off the defender and right to her, and yeah, just couldn't get a lot on it, and Call able to swallow it up. A shot from Bowden just misses wide. Bowden recovers behind the net, pokes free, loose puck, taken by Zahalka, out to Del Castillo, across for Kylie Scott. Scott walks in, a shot, that didn't make it through to the net. Cook flips it ahead, stopped up by Scott, hands off there for Zahalka. Zahalka trying to leave it for Ketting, but Ketting was going for a line change. Scott jumps in and holds the zone. This one played to the boards, but not out. Semling taken down, and we're going to get another Armstrong penalty. The third penalty of the period, fourth of the game for the Wings.
Yeah, and again, that's the least they can afford here. As again, they're going into the penalty box, and they'll have to go back on that penalty kill. They can ill afford that here.
Brielle
down
Anderson
3-0.
lost the stick, and I don't know how much she helped getting to the ice, but it might be a fortunate call for the CPCR squad.
They'll take it.
Oswego behind the net. Gives it to McKenzie. Cross for Bernovic. Bernovic looking out front, but Oswego couldn't get her stick free. McKenzie up top for Scott. Back to McKenzie off her skate, and it's coming all the way back down to Maddie Wastrel. Wastrel will just coolly play it to the near side where Bernovic gets it on for Brooklyn Johnson. Johnson into the zone, will set up into the middle for McKenzie. Out top, Scott. That pass a little wide for Bernovic. Johnson jumps on the loose puck for Lily McKenzie. Walking in, her shot was blocked. Played back out to Johnson, to Kylie Scott. McKenzie out front, puck bouncing around, comes loose. Johnson fanned on the shot attempt, and the Wings able to send it the distance.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. She would love to have that opportunity back because she had a nice opportunity for a shot on net.
Oswego with one extra move before the blue. Offsides is called. 39 seconds remain on the power play. 1:20 to go in this second period.
Another period that's been moving quickly.
Goals from Brooklyn Johnson and Shelby Julian in this period have CPCR up by a 3-0 margin. Del Castillo trying to get it out to center. Second attempt did, but Wings able to get to it and send it all the way down. Under a minute to go in the period. 15 remain in the power play. Julian pressured by Reistenberg. Cook there to support. Del Castillo gets it to Singh, and Singh up ice. Shot misses wide. Power play is over. Bluebirds scored on their first, have not scored since. Ketting, top of the circles, a shot bounced in on goal, and Call makes the save. This one played all the way down. It'll be icing. We'll have another face-off in the Armstrong Cooper end with 22 seconds left.
Again, the Wings had to alleviate some pressure in front of the net, and they had no choice but other than send the puck down the length of the ice and bring it back to their end for the face-off.
Off the draw, Olsen ties up, played back to the point by Zahalka, and it evaded Nola Milton. Scott back into her own end, stopping up against College. It's tangled up, and a couple of players hit the ice. No more penalties. Oh, I spoke too soon. Less than a second to go, and Champlain Park Coon Rapids will take its first penalty of the game. Nola Milton going for the cross check.
Yeah, with 7/10 of a second remaining. So the Wings looking for that advantage here. Look at this. There you see it.
That was a good punch.
Yeah.
Buzzer will sound, and we will head for the locker room again. 2 goals in the period for Champlain Park Coon Rapids. They have a 3-0 lead. Wings will start the third period on the power play. You're watching live girls high school hockey on CTN.
Did you know that a player will jump an average of 300 times per game of volleyball?
Wow. And I think jumping up to go to the fridge is hard.
The fastest volleyball serve was over 83 miles per hour.
Yikes. If that serve were coming at me, they could have the point. I like my hands. They're dainty.
Huh?
Back at Champlain Ice for them. Champlain Park Coon Rapids a 3-0 lead as we take our second intermission. They started the second period on the power play, and they took advantage, doubling their lead just over a minute in. Good wrist shot from Brooklyn Johnson to the top shelf, right where Mama keeps the cookies.
Ooh, I want some.
Off the bar and in. And much like the first period, just ton of pressure at the CPCR offensive end. Johnson looking for a second one, ended up drawing another penalty. Good chance for Johnson on the power play, but Call able to answer the bell until that one right there. And I'm not sure that she ever saw that. A lot of traffic in front. Shelby Julian beating her top blocker as well.
Really, the only blemish for the Bluebirds is that penalty they took at the end of the second period. Otherwise, they've played pretty good 2 periods of hockey. A lot of pressure, and they take that 3-goal lead into the third.
Yeah, their first penalty of the game comes with less than a second remaining in the second period. So Armstrong Cooper will start with a full 2 minutes on the power play as they try to get their way back into this contest. The Wings and the Bluebirds take the ice for the third right after this on CTN.
As you know, CTN's on YouTube, and we're on in a big way. We have thousands of videos online to help you stay connected to Coon Rapids on any device, at home, or on the go. And it's because of your faithful viewership that we can celebrate 10,000 subscribers to the CTN YouTube page. Thank you for your support as we continue to keep you connected.
Champlin Park, Coon Rapids starts the third period, up by 3, but down a player. They will have to kill off their first penalty of the night as we start the second period, or third period.
Well, and the Wings desperately need to get on the board here, trailing 3-0. They've got a period of hockey to try and get back into this game, and they're going to, as you mentioned, they'll do so on the power play, and they really need to make this one count.
Well, and we talked about Kara Cook and Claire Reistenberg off the top, their 2 leading scorers with 22 points each. And you can see from the game they're definitely both dangerous players. They have some talent, but they just have not had any offensive zone time. Did have a number of penalties to kill off. Champlin Park Coon Rapids had 4 power plays in that second period. One had carried over from late in the first, but still that's close to 8 minutes of penalty killing time for the Wings in that second period. CPCR just trying to keep them from getting set up on the power play in deep. College able to get it out to Sandrall across. Reistenberg out front, and that deflected wide by College. And we're going to get another penalty, and it's going to be a 5-on-3.
If the Wings had needed a chance, this is it. As the Bluebirds took that first penalty right at the end of the second period. Another quick one here in period number 3.
Shelby Julian called for interference. Sandrall takes the shot. Wastrel the save. Bernovic can't get the clear. Sandrall across for Cook. Up top, Reistenberg. Sandrall, a shot turned away by Wastrel. Sandrall again. Cross, Reistenberg walking in. Looked for College at the back door, and it hopped over her stick. That pass was in the skates of Montague. Swung around by Oswego, waiting for it is Reistenberg. Good steal by Bernovic, and she clears it to length.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're playing 5-on-3. It's just so much difficult to get the puck to cleared out.
Well, and Champlin Park Coon Rapids known for being aggressive, shorthanded. McKenzie disrupting things right at the line, but the Wings still able to get it into the zone. College takes it behind. Plays it out to Reistenberg at the point. Fanned on the pass, but got it right back. College back up top to Reistenberg. Across, Sandrall redirects. Stopped up by Oswego. Oswego jumps on the loose puck and will carry through center. First penalty is over. 30 seconds left on the penalty to Julian. Cook played that one off the boards all the way down, and that'll be icing as they were just absolutely beat because that top power play unit had been out there for the entire 2 minutes.
Well, and give credit to the Bluebirds when they're playing 5-on-3, able to clear the puck, get it out, and run off that first penalty. Now just 20 seconds left on the second one.
Off the draw, poked in deep by Briley Del Castillo. Hansen tried to play it back behind, but ran into the net. Now pressured and has it taken away by McKenzie. Tried to play to the point. Kept in by Del Castillo. Keeps battling. Johnson in the high slot. Down to McKenzie. Her shot was deflected wide as the penalty to Julian expires. We're back to 5-on-5. Johnson, a shot that deflected into the corner. Swept behind by Hansen. Johnson whacks at it. Lemieux sends it around. Briley Del Castillo crashes down, pokes it into McKenzie. Her return pass intercepted. Del Castillo able to keep it in. Kylie Scott breaking things up at center ice. Johnson off the boards for McKenzie. Down the right wing. Trying to cut out front. Lost the handle as she tried to cut around Call. McKenzie gets it back in the corner. Behind, it was right between the legs of Brooklyn Johnson. Out to the point. Scott will play it in deep. McKenzie behind, can't control. Johnson, a short angle shot. Turned away by Wall. Played out and held at the line by Scott. Scott looking for room. Takes his shot right into the chest of Call. And McKenzie takes a late bump. Has a word or two for the Wings defender. And this time, no penalties.
None.
As they are sent to their respective benches.
6:54 remaining in the boys basketball game, and Blaine up on the Coon Rapids Cardinals 72-59.
Oswego trying to play it through the skates on Milton, but Milton able to keep it in front of her, and now a 2-on-1 developing. Zahalka had it poked away, but right to Kyla Ketting. Ketting lost the handle, ties up with Sondrol in the corner. Zahalka there to support. Pokes free and finally collected by Cook. Kara Cook out to center behind Reistenberg. She had her pocket picked by Scott. Scott turning away from Reistenberg will head behind her own net. Past Cook to center. Scott with speed. Drops it off. Zahalka's shot is deflected. Scott centers. Ketting sends it back to Julian. Across for Bernovic. Bernovic has it tipped away. Able to recover and keep it in at the blue line. Julian coming down to forecheck, and they gave it right to her. Centering pass, and it was on the backhand for McKenzie. She couldn't control. Wings come to center, poked ahead by Lydia College, but Oswego recovers for the Bluebirds. Oswego lost her stick. I don't know if it was knocked out of her hands the way she was. I don't think it was broken, but I could be wrong. That pass off the side of the net comes out front, still loose. Wings send it just wide off the stick of Ruby Montague. Champlain Park Coon Rapids fires it to the other end, and Bernovic's fast, but not quite that fast.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't going to beat that puck down to the other end.
Oh, it was broken.
Yeah.
Very broken.
Yeah, tough to use a stick when it's in that shape.
And Oswego doing a nice job of staying in position without the stick and not giving up space. But Mom, Dad, trip to the sports store is in order.
Yeah, new stick coming.
Fortunately, your finer athletic stores now provide good financing.
You probably need it. I'm sure. I don't know the price of a hockey stick, but I'm sure it's not cheap.
Most sticks, anywhere from $130 to $400, roughly. That's why I'm hoping the stick that I use will last forever.
Same one you used when you were in high school?
No.
Was it a Northland?
I did have Northlands as a kid.
Yeah.
Actually, in high school, we had a chance for McKenzie off the draw, but that was blocked. We had a contract with Christian Brothers sticks,
sure.
which
Absolutely.
no longer exist either. And we got all our practice sticks for free. 2-on-1 for the two leading scorers. Cook looking to pass, saucers it too much. Hopped right over the stick of Reistenberg. Back the other way comes Bernovic. Bounce pass, trying to get Singh behind the defense, and it was just out of her reach. Great idea. But, I remember I was actually at the athletic store the other day. The skates sharpened, and a parent was talking about how much he was paying for his son's stick, and I recall back in my day, my parents, they really didn't like them. My sticks, I think, were $30.
And can you only, well, 30, that was a lot of money too back then.
Well, and that was more
way
than,
back then.
It was not the least expensive stick. I don't know that I doubt it was the most expensive stick available, but certainly wasn't the kind of hit to the wallet that today's sticks are.
Right.
Good pressure down deep from Emma Olsen. Puck comes free. Reistenberg couldn't collect as she was spun around. Julian able to send it back in deep. Sondral, first one there, pressured by Tessa Bowden. McKenzie tried to dig it out. Eswegan jams it free, pokes it loose. Wings able to bring it out the near side. College had it knocked away by Eswegan. She'll play it around for Kylie Ketting. Ketting forces her way to center. Julian trying to get it to McKenzie, but that pass was behind her. She has to recover back in her own end. Milton bounces it off the boards, but right to Montague, and her wrist shot easily gloved by Maddie Wastrel.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure by the Wings, but as you mentioned, Maddie able to just pick that one out. Force that face off to her left.
Singh able to get it ahead to Brooklyn Johnson at center. Johnson down the left wing, looking for Singh out front. It was just out of her reach as she was well defended, had her stick lifted. McKenzie out front, and Johnson couldn't get a stick on it. This one, icing waved off. Wastrel way out of her net to play it off the boards and out of danger. Give her teammates chance to get back. Montague knocked to the ice. No call. Sticks being dropped, and Brooklyn Johnson racing to the other end as a 3-on-2 developing. Trying to center, ends up behind and poked home. I think that might be Brooklyn Johnson's goal. As she went to pass out front, it was deflected and started going behind Call. Call reached back. I don't know if Kylie Scott was able to tip that or if that one just went in. It looks like it is Brooklyn Johnson's goal. Johnson looking to get it out front. It's deflected by the defender. And then just goes off the glove of Call and in. So second goal of the game for Brooklyn Johnson.
And that's a tough one to give up. I mean, when you're trailing 3-0, to give up a goal off your glove. And
well, and the defender, you want the defender to cut off that pass.
Well,
but just an unfortunate bounce for the Wings. Bowden at the blue line. Good passing out front, but maybe one too many. They don't get a shot on goal. Played back out to center. Cook pushes it into the zone. Zahalka recovers for the Bluebirds. Zahalka stood up, but able to get it out to the neutral ice. Kylie Scott had it poked away by Mack. Recovers, trying to work it out front. Bowden couldn't control at the back door. Poked into the corner by Lily McKenzie. McKenzie sheds the extra stick that she took away from Brielle Anderson. Brooklyn Johnson jumping on a loose puck. She's pinned to the boards by Reistenberg, and Sandro gets it out to center. Mack had it knocked off her stick into the corner. Sandro had it momentarily. Brooklyn Johnson, her pass out of the reach of Bernovic. Poked free by Lemieux. Lemieux gets it ahead, turned around by Julia. At the red line is McKenzie, across for Johnson. Johnson snaps a shot right into the chest of Wall, and she'll hold for the faceoff. And I don't think you're going to see number 22 pass up on many shots in those last 6:32.
Going to try for those opportunities. There you see the time remaining, 6:32, as you mentioned.
Johnson now 8 goals and 16 points this season. College able to slip around a defender, but good coverage from Eswegan, and she went awkwardly into the boards, slow to get up in the corner, a chance developing, but it slid right past Abby Hansen. Out to the point, Lemieux gets it back to College. Her shot misses behind the net. One-timer by College deflected wide. Julian plays it off the glass and all the way down, and that'll be icing. 5:37 to go.
A little bit of pressure at that time by the wings, and Bluebirds just alleviating that by putting it down the length of the ice, and both teams get some fresh skaters out there.
Cook able to win the draw. Sandro a shot that ends up in the far corner. First one there is Mack, plays it back to the point, looking out front for Cook. A shot missed wide. Tried to beat Wastrel to the short side. Reistenberg couldn't come from behind, and neither could Scott, but the Bluebirds able to collect it, and Kyla Ketting slowed as she enters the zone by Sandro. Continues to battle. Ketting into the corner, spinning with it. Sandro trying to force her to the board, not able to contain her. Out to the point for Pajunin, across, the shot by Scott. And Emma Olsen knocked to the ice out front. Cook is just hanging out in the neutral zone. Finally gave up and went for a line change, and they finally got it out of the zone. Pajunin gets it back in for the Bluebirds. Battling with Frutal along the line, able to get it in deep. Bernovic trying to center the shot by Brooklyn Johnson. Bernovic tied up and taken down on the rebound play. This one cleared out. Shelby Julian fanned on it. Wings come with numbers on the loose puck. Quick shot by Frutal is turned around. Kylie Scott attacking from the right wing, will take it behind. Circles to the top of the circles, shot right into the midsection. Easily handled by Emma Call.
And Scott just coming across and getting an opportunity, getting the shot on goal. But as you mentioned, it's a relatively easy one for Call. 3:29 remaining. Bluebirds with that 4-0 lead. Looking for their 10th win of the season.
Clean face-off win. Julian couldn't get the shot through the traffic. Zahalka couldn't either. Del Castillo trying to weave her way to the low slot. Knocked away into the corner. Semling. Good pressure along the end line. Able to get to it again and play it in deep. Zahalka tripped up in the corner. Del Castillo steps in front of that pass. Wouldn't let Hansen get it cleanly. Hansen felt the pressure, flung it 200 feet.
Again, they've been doing a lot of that, trying to alleviate the pressure by icing the puck.
And the Bluebirds are just fine with the Wings icing the puck.
Oh, Cardinal boys got the lead down to 7 with under 2 minutes remaining. 156, 83-76. 31 points from C squared.
He's okay.
It's just an evening for him. It's just, that's what he does.
He's all right.
He's pretty good. He's fun to watch.
That I would have to agree with. Bluebirds able to force it to center. McKenzie in, has Singh out front on the 2-on-1. Had to put some air under it and maybe a little too much. Singh was looking to send it to the slot again where Brooklyn Johnson was coming down toward the back door. Reistenberg had it knocked away and cleared out by Pajanina. A chance out front. Singh on the backhand hit the side of the net.
Yeah, no defenders there to really give her much trouble either.
Pajanin's shot deflected up and over the net. McKenzie on the backhand, a chance at a goal. The hat trick for Brooklyn Johnson.
And again, continued pressure led to that goal for the Bluebirds as she gets the hat trick. Nice evening for that young lady. And there you see the hat on the ice. And the guy says, well, can you give me that back? Because I got to go outside.
It's cold
I need
out.
to wear it.
Well, and they need to, the fans here need to learn hat trick etiquette. At least do it all at the same time.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Don't wait for the ref to clean up one and then throw another one.
Either that or throw an octopus out there. Yeah, pretty goal.
Big, juicy rebound
Yep.
and right in the right spot. It's been a night for Brooklyn Johnson. Her team up 5-0. Just looking now to close out their 10th win of the season. Bluebirds get it in deep and get on the attack again right away. Scott centers as we're under a minute to go. Centering pass broken up by the stick of Call. Wings able to flip it out to center. Kylie Scott will turn at her own blue line. Scott's shot is blocked. Roca battling. This one cleared out of the reach of Scott all the way down. And that'll be icing again.
23 ticks left on the clock. And as you mentioned, the Bluebirds will get their 10th win, go to 10-5-2. The Wings drop to 5-12.
However, it does drop their overtime percentage under 50%.
I think they'll take the win for that. They did not want to see an overtime again tonight.
No, talking about it, I say they'll definitely take an overtime game next Tuesday, but not so much this Tuesday.
Not this Tuesday.
I don't like the way that Oswego was kind of favoring her left hand, holding it close to her body, didn't want to put it on her stick, and now she's going to the bench with only 2 seconds left. And let's hope that she's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
She has been, this whole freshman class has been pretty exciting for this Champlin Park Coon Rapids squad. I mean, you've got Tessa Bowden, Sydney Bernovic, who is second on the team in points, now has points in 10 straight games. And you've got Kylie Oswego, who's made a big impact from the blue line, found herself in the leaderboard as well, just 4th on the team in scoring.
Oh, we talk about it all the time when those young players get a chance to shine at the varsity level. It bodes so well for the program as the years continue. And as you're right, these young players are really making their mark for this Bluebird squad.
But tonight it's all about senior captain Brooklyn Johnson, a hat trick to lead the way. 14 saves in the shutout for Maddie Wastrel, her 3rd shutout of the season, but first hat trick. And goals 7, 8, and 9 on the year for Brooklyn Johnson. That is the story. That is exactly what the home team wanted, was a convincing victory over a conference opponent here tonight. But that is going to do it. We've got more hockey coming up for you on Thursday. It's boys hockey taking on Totino Grace. That's a CTN Light presentation. And then we'll see the boys basketball team at Anoka next Tuesday before seeing the Blaine Bengals and the Cardinal boys hockey team take the ice on Saturday the 21st. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Champlin Park Coon Rapids 5, Armstrong Cooper 0. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Allie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.